For now, though, we're going to go ahead and get started with map review. So if this is your first time here, welcome. The way this works is this is a public room in my club, Nullifist Struggle Bus. You can see there's other people that are here driving. So you guys can come join. Club is Nullifist Struggle Bus, the map review room. Yeah, so you just type in Nullifist in the club search. You should find it. And then map review room. We're gonna drive each of these for 12 minutes, give our feedback, thoughts, move on to the next one, and we have about 12 maps, so gonna be a little while. But it's okay, it's all fun. Oh, get out of here. All right. Go ahead and get started with this, though. This is... Oh, okay, maybe I should actually look to where I'm going. But Tech Tree number 2 by Dubgum. Oh, Dubgum said hi earlier. They should still be here, right? There's a mod. Okay, I'll press escape once I'm done with my discovery run. Dubgum is here. Very nice, very nice. Oh, that was a good... I knew I should have gone for the risky. Oh, wait, no. No, that's the risky, right? I think that's intended. Is it gonna... No mod for now. Sometimes mods can be finicky. So we'll drive it a couple more times. Give it some more time. Typically, they are downloading in the background, so if I press escape, later on, maybe it'll load. Interesting. It seemed to flow fairly well for the most part on my discovery run. Why can I not drive anymore? I think this is me messing it up. This isn't... Yeah. There we go. It's not even that hard of a drift, and I couldn't do it. So we got a bit of speed tech here. And then, okay. Bit of a blind risky. I would like to see some sort of sign or something directly above. That way players know where to aim. Coming off of the jump, and it's not just like a guessing game. But I don't think the scenery is done for this, so I'm not going to say too much about the scenery. The plain wood is looking a little dull. I would like to see more detail and not just like large blank spaces of wood. But like I said, I don't think the scenery is done. There we go. Yeah, good enough, right? Those are just scenery not done yet. Yeah. Not dome yet. Ooh, going for a dome. Very cool, very cool. Redeemed hydrate. No, I'm all out of tap water. I'm so sorry. I guess I'll go for filtered water. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom so bad in like 2 maps. I turn in and Noah starts talking about scenery. Coincidence? No, I think it's just your presence just triggered. Like, I gotta start talking about scenery. aim more to the left than I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Not the cleanest run. I'll try to get something a little cleaner. And then, you know, we'll talk about the route and such. Is that a drift or is that a release? That might be a release, not a drift, because it is fairly shallow. And I'm not the best at telling if something's a release or a drift. Okay, that's a release. 100% that's a release, not a drift. No, I touched the wall. I risked too much. And I took that drift too sharply. That's like 0.6 ahead, and I threw it all away. Okay, I'll take it. All right. Well, let's talk about the route. Sorry, Mr. Pepsi. I'm going to talk about the route. So I think for the most part it works okay. What was that Cotton said? Yeah, Risky needs some signage. Your biggest dislike is that there are a lot of just full speed turns where there is zero time to be gained, which makes them basically PF. Oh wait. Does the mod load? Hey, the mod is here. Okay. It actually worked this time. Okay, that looks pretty cool. You can get away with larger blank spaces with the mod, although that would, you know, obviously with the mod not loading yet, did make it look a little boring. But okay, it's starting to come together. I like the green with the mod. That looks pretty cool. Okay, but I don't think there's too many like non-drift turns, because like this seems to be a drift. This is a drift because you want to exit on the specifically on the inside here. This is a drift, kind of. It can be like an auto slide maybe. I didn't really test this turn that much, but obviously here. And then this is a drift. Although this entire section right here is not, but this is a drift. Then this is a drift. Yeah, tech doesn't need every single turn to be a drift. I think you're okay. I'd say some turns get really awkward because there are gears where you want to drift. Yeah, so that was going to be the first thing I talk about. So the first drift here is a little awkward. I think the shape of it is... it's okay. But you want to start drifting right about here, and you get gear 5 right about here. And if you start a drift while you're gearing up, you get a massive slowdown. Like it's a pretty big slowdown. So it encourages you to either start drifting too early or drifting too late. And so this is a little awkward. I would decide whether or not you want this to be gear 4 or gear 5, because right now if you start drifting gear 4 with the uphill right here, I didn't get gear 5 until later on, but if I got gear 5 here, then I immediately geared back down to 4 and then here. Second drift is a release. This might be a release. I could see that being a release with the this. It's just you want to exit on the inside. Yeah, there's a lot. I think the first half of the map is gear 4, and then it transitions into being gear 5 later on. Yeah, I don't know. I could also see something where you jump out here but land here. This 100% is a release. I don't know. There's some testing that needs to be going on. I'm not exactly sure why the engine off is here. Are you at gear 5 at this point yet? You might be gear 5. I don't remember. It would require some more play testing. Because if you're not gear 5 yet, you will be with this long straightaway here. So, yeah, I don't really get why the engine off is here. It's not really a theme of the map, and I don't think it's preventing anything. It's just a little weird. And then I think these last two drifts are a little awkward. This one, I don't think you have enough room to properly set up for a right-hand drift because you're going for an S-bend here. And so what typically, with this kind of S-bend that you have here, coming out of here, you're going to want to enter here. And since you're turning to the right, this is a really good setup for a left drift. But with this, you kind of have to like go here, start turning left so you can set up for a right drift, and there's just not enough time to do that. And I think with given that this is already a pretty like straight away piece, I think a drift to the left here would work better. Or if you want to have this continue an S-bend to the left instead, that turns into a drift to the right. I think that would be engine off a skill issue on your side. Yeah, tech is definitely one of those things where you think you have something calculated, you send it off to someone, and then you realize you're just skill issued. That happens a lot with tech. Yeah. Yeah, and then this, I think this is really with this drift, I think you're just given too much room. Because typically with a drift, you want an apex to aim for. So, for instance, with this drift right here, you start drifting about here, and the apex is about here. You want to get... So you start the drift, you want to get as close to the wall as possible. That's where the apex is. And then you come out of the drift. Same thing here, whether it's a release or a drift, it's whatever. This is the apex. So you want to drift, release, whatever, get as close to the apex as possible, and then come out of it. And this doesn't really have an apex. I guess you could consider it here, but you're too fast to, like, really... So you kind of just have to, like, brake, stutter, brake, stutter, brake, stutter, brake, and then, like, go here. It feels a little awkward with that. And then I think this... I think you have the elevation change on the wrong side because you're coming from outside, inside to outside, and you just have too much speed to where you're going to get airtime here, and you have to like brake really hard in order to make it here. So I would probably swap, like, instead of this side being the one that goes down, it'd be this side would be the one that comes up. So it promotes like the outside, inside, outside kind of thing. Although Ducky says that one's a skill issue and that corner is fine. So it could just be me. I mean, that's fair, right? Like, I'm just a guy. You can disagree with what I'm saying. It's perfectly fine. Those are just my thoughts. Tech, definitely a harder one to, like, get down. Like, it's very hard to calculate. I think you're doing a good job so far. Just, like, touching up some spots, fixing like the apexes of the drifts, and then make sure to test with at least some of like the wider drifts and stuff whether or not it's a drift or a release. Try that out and just see how you end up with that. Thanks for the feedback, all of you. Yeah, of course, it's what we're here for, you know. I think I think you're on the right track. Something to get track of the day with this: had 4.1 stars with 35 votes, made some small updates after what they said. You already played the map 2 weeks ago, but I made basically all the scenery since then. Also changed the route after what you said. This time there's also a GPS. I'm assuming this one... Yeah, this one's your map, I'm assuming. Oh no, I'll watch the GPS later. I want to actually see the map. Alright. Do I remember this map from 2 weeks ago? This is good scenery. Yeah, I agree with Ducky. This looks nice. I don't know if I remember this. I think it looks so different. Oh, wait, no, this is Savannah. I remember Savannah. Wait, this is so much different. Hold on, what? This is so different. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It was really dark. It was, yeah, I remember that. I didn't even recognize, because the original had like more outside scenery, and this you've encased everything. So that's actually really cool. Okay, so you don't... I'm assuming you want to go wider here, so you have the lower... Yeah, that's better. So much more speed. You might be able to get a speed slide there. And I messed up the final turn. Yeah, you want to buy tickets to this dark ride? Yeah, it looks really cool. Having those boosters right next to the first checkpoint makes me instinctively go for that instead of checkpoint because it's not clear that the other is a checkpoint. Yeah, so I would block off the 100% for what they are saying. I would block off that red booster because the checkpoint markers that you're currently using are not blue, and it's kind of like you build up the instincts that blue equals checkpoint, but since they're not blue, you just see booster. Yeah, you get a little bit of monkey brain, and it's just, ooh, booster, and you go for the booster. Probably want to do something like that. Yeah, a bit more speed. So this you want to go high up and down a bit. Why am I getting knocked around there? Is this not smooth? It's not. Okay, this I would fix. That should be smooth. Because it looks like it's smooth. Yeah, Ducky, I think we're talking about the same thing. That 100% should be smooth. There's a penalty scheme. I mean, of course there's a penalty skip. I know everything. Darn it. But apparently it's after checkpoint 4. I don't see a penalty skip. Unless you're trying to skip the, like the little strip of penalty sands. Is that what we're doing? Oh, because you wobble on the exit. Okay, well, I guess the wobble kind of serves a bit of a purpose then. I don't think you're fast enough to speed slide that. Oh, yeah, there we go. That saves so much time. Holy cow, that saves so much time. Okay, okay. I get the mechanic of that. Okay, so the wobble has a little bit of a purpose? That's interesting. So you probably... Yeah, that's interesting. So you probably want to take this... Wait, yeah, it is very hard to control, though. How do I feel about this? Yeah, because I have 28 more speed, so you can gain a lot with that. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Let me watch the GPS. Let me see what some of the intended lines are. It kind of feels, well, like, I don't know, because this is interesting, because the route itself is very simple. However, there are a lot of little tricks that you can do, like the entrance to this element, the entrance to this dirt. You can literally lose a second very easily by going too wide. Then you have the penalty wobble there that can gain you speed. Outside dirt here. So it's like, it's on the surface. On the surface, it seems very simple, but once you get to playing it, there are quite a few things that you can use to gain time. But I think this is very easy style, and this is very easy speed fun. Yeah, although I do wish there were some more tricks. Well, 100% I would cover that up right there. Yeah, you just place an obstacle right here, because, someone just took it, and they missed the checkpoint. But yeah, because, you know, monkey brain, booster, gotta take booster. Just block it off so people don't see it visually, and then, I would block this off. Basically, just block this off, that way people have to go through here. Up to 15 would leave quality after 5 minutes due to boredom. I actually think that probably div 15 to div 5, div 4 would think that this is super boring, but once you get up into the upper echelons, like, you have the entrance to here, and like the penalty wobble is actually an interesting trick. I don't think it's very consistent though, because it's very easy to wobble on the penalty, but then like that, because you have this wobble, so you can't really adjust your entry to this very well, and then you have this bump here, so you can't really fix this if you're off, and then you have this bump here if you're a little far to the right, so you can't really stop hitting the wall or anything like that. So I think this area is a little too bumpy. I would prefer it if it were smooth. Yeah, because it does kind of turn into an RNG trick given how wide open everything else is, but then how narrow this part is. Because this is the hardest part of the map, 100%. Wobble gains about 0.2. I think it gains a bit more than that, but well, maybe the wobble itself gains 0.2, but then the outside dirt and your entry to the outside dirt is partially determined by the wobble. And then, because if you full on go outside here, you carry all of that speed until here. So you definitely gain more than 0.2 over the course of the run. I wish there was more stuff going on here. Because this, even in the GPS, you're too slow to speed slide. So it's basically just fall down, get grip, make sure you're not sliding, and then just turn to the left. This part, I think, becomes a bit more interesting because you want to get on the inside of this. And then going on the outside, you lose a lot of time if you don't catch this on the inside. No, you can SD. I don't, when can you start? You can speed slide a bit. You have to get a good entry, though. Okay, okay. Oh, also, I see this is close. Is this good? Yep, you're good. You're good. No accidental clipping there. I don't know, this is... this map is interesting because there's a lot of little tricks, but they aren't obvious, and I think most people would probably not like the full press forward options. I think changing some of the platform to dirt, like changing this uphill platform to dirt, that way the transition from the tarmac to dirt does matter a bit more, and then because like this transition matters a lot in order to get speed. I'm not a huge fan of the bump here. I think it's interesting. Maybe honestly you could take the bump idea, you could make a shorts map that maybe has you do like this like 2 or 3 times with like some dirt stuff in the middle or whatever, and you could go for weekly shorts. I think that's an interesting mechanic for that, but it's a little too RNG heavy for track of the day, I think. Especially if people are going to be playing Cup of the Day on rounds. You want stuff to be consistent. And then, I think here, I wish something a bit more was going on here. But honestly, the scenery, the map looks really cool. You've done a really good job with the scenery. I really like the way it looks. I think like the constrained halls combined with like the speed and the longer like straightaways and wider turns and stuff actually complement each other really well. You get like a good sense of speed. Looks really cool. I just wish there was a bit more going on with some of the turns and stuff like that. You know, just like a bit more to sink your teeth into if you're really going for like a good time, or just like some things to think about. Feeling very tired at the moment. Oh no, do you need some tap water? No. All right, well, thanks for hanging out, Cotton. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick because, oh my god, soda goes right through me. Oh, sorry, I mean tap water. I'll be right back. Don't worry, don't go anywhere. You guys get the chair. Don't worry, there's the chair. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hydrate. Yes, of course. Maybe you see the map again in like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's always fun to see like how a map progresses. But okay, now I need to focus on this. I lost a minute and a half. That looks like a wall ride. Plastic shorts mat with wall rides. New, not much to say. Good luck, have fun. All right, all right. We're not going there. We're going to the right. Okay. We'll try that again. Oh my god, drive. Drive correctly. That is not a wall ride. Okay, okay. Okay, this I need to get right. Oh my god, why am I not continuing to turn to the right? Which maps did you play through? Maybe you missed mine or it wasn't approved? Well, I don't think we rejected anything. We're on the third map right now. So I think you're okay. I think everyone so far has been there for their maps, so I don't think we've gotten to yours yet. Oh, okay. Alright, alright. I keep forgetting to turn to the right. So if this map was just about the wall rides, I would say that it might be like might need a bit more going on, but you kind of have it set up to where there's like some give and take, which I think is really good. It's not just about hitting the wall rides. It's you have to sacrifice in some places to get smooth wall rides. More hydrate. Yeah, the gear issue, I was trying to play a bit more to see if it was a me issue. Although I think you get that bad gear in the middle of the wall ride, which might be okay. Because if you go there for a little smoother, is that better? I don't know. The gear can be avoided, apparently. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to some viewer map review. Yeah, because if you get the gear in the middle of the wall ride, then it's not too bad. So I think you might want to slow down for there and take that wall ride instead. Yeah, I caught up quite a bit. What did I do on my PB run? I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I want. B2 Andy, what does that mean? So watching one of your mapping vids. Oh, awesome. I should hopefully have one coming out soon, but I will admit I've been having very bad motivation issues working on videos recently. I need to get over it, but sometimes it's hard. I've not been as diligent as I normally am. Or is that faster? B2 Esport. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. That's very cool. I didn't know if B2 standed for like Bronze 2 or something, and I was like, wow, Mr. Pepsi's really just shouting out someone's rank like that. And we're going to find the whole map as well as... Oh. You got the gear once, and it's worth so much? Interesting. Oh, Nullipus, the website is running if you want to upload some of your maps there. Cool. Cool. I'll have to try it out sometime. Your main motivation to make videos is to make them before you do. Before you steal all your themes. Hey, it's only one that we're fighting over, okay? And you have time. You definitely have time. I'm not known for my fast upload schedule. That is not. When you spend it's your second map, so you hope you find it fun. I mean, I probably will. I am very much the believer that there in like 99% of maps there is something. There's something. Yeah, there's something good. Interesting. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Ducky is thinking when they say RNG wall hit. So well. First of all, the gear here is apparently very important. You can get it clean, but I haven't gotten it yet. Should give this map reactor and make it the whole map. I'm not sure. What is this for? 4 is. What is 4? Is 4 speed? I don't think this is fast enough for speed, because it's not gear 5. Do I have that right? Is 4 speed? I don't remember. Nola, take the long plastic turn without wall ride and transition into the right wall ride. Okay, so that does end up being faster. I think my current PB does this with a hit here. Fast. Is this fast enough for fast? I don't know. But yeah, so right now it seems like the entire map kind of comes down to getting this gear and then this section, which I'm not necessarily saying that as a negative. It's just, you know, pointing out where you can and can't gain time. Yeah, it's up to you, better. It's just the lead up into that wall ride is so smooth. I just want to take it. Darn it. You guys lol maybe. I could see puzzle. If you added one more. I don't know. Puzzle. Okay, yeah, that is faster. That is faster. There's an actual PB. If you added one more, like maybe, I don't know, you do have like this drift here, and then like a manual drift here, but I don't think they really like the speed doesn't necessarily matter. Oh, you bonk instead of wall ride. Oh, okay. This is interesting though. Like on the surface it feels very simple, but then once you get to actually playing it, there's like because there's some things to try. Like you have the wall ride into a bonk here, you can ride the wall, you can bonk, you can, you know, turn around here and then hit the wall. I feel like there's a lot to test here. I wish there was more to test over here. Because right now it's just, you know, getting this into this well and then figuring out what to do here. And I think it would be a little more fun to like have both of them be like a puzzle thing. Oh wait, this is an auto slide. Oh yeah, that's an auto slide, I think. Now I don't remember what I was doing. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, I think I was I think I was yeah, when I first loaded in I was concerned about how simple the map was, but yeah, I actually think there's a bit more here to chew than what you would initially think. I think it's really interesting. Oh, you bonk here. Do you wall ride here, or is this a bonk? Yeah, it's definitely more interesting. The gear. Apparently this gear is worth like 0.3, and if it's super finicky, it can be annoying to go for. It's up to you whether or not you want to keep that in, because it is something that will differentiate people, so it'll like help separate out the leaderboard. But on the other hand, if it's super annoying to grind and like try to get, then that could deter people from hunting. It's up to you how you feel about it. But I was actually, that's interesting. There's a lot more there going on than I initially thought. I think it's pretty cool. I think you're doing a pretty well. I think the idea is really good. It's about like you determining like some of the things that people might not like, whether you want that to be part of the difficulty of the map or you want to like patch it or whatever. Yeah, up to you. Your move gear issue, but it's also the only interesting part of the first half. So maybe reworking the first half to be a bit more of like a puzzle thing. That could be it, but it's up to you. What you want to do with it. Revamat, welcome. I hope you're having a good morning or whatever time of day it is for you. It's morning for me, so it means it's morning for everyone, right? I see reactor penalty, which means I was about to say I see reactor penalty must be Mason, and yeah, I was right. And you have to do a plastic SD for the gear. Okay, okay. But the real question is, I didn't read the full title. Is this featuring Cotton? That's the real question. Where am I going? Oh, this way. Okay. Oh my god. Water. It's fine. Where am I going here? Oh, that arrow's kind of facing the wrong way. It had me confused for a moment. Going over here? Okay. Totally inconspicuous map that won't be used for a campaign by Mason. Okay, okay. I'm not seeing a featuring Cotton. Too precise, not giving feedback as it's not your style. Although the wet turn feels too tight to get the CP clean. Yeah, that was a hard one. But I'll have to play it a couple times. Oh my god, can I get out of the start? Just turn. It's not even that hard. There we go, because you want to just barely avoid the flag there. You don't want to go around. Nope. I don't know. I like that these walls are there, and I also don't like that these walls are there. Because they can make some things a little blind, because you can't really see over the walls, but at the same time, they do a good job helping guide. So it's kind of... I think I like them. I like the fact that they're there, for the most part. Yeah, this feels weird. I'm assuming you want to go wide on that turn. Kind of hope there's a GPS. I forget if there is. Why do I always feel so skill checked on Mason's maps? No, darn it, stop clipping the wheel, get in the fin. There's a really fast luck-based plastic wheel clip. Oh, uh-oh, where is that? Yeah, I want to start turning to the right more. Then I think I want to stay at the top of this. Like this? Yeah. You gonna go for it? Yeah, follow your dreams. Oh, nope, not supposed to go this way. It might be intended, I don't know. Probably not, though. Okay, I need a GPS. Oh, go to it to show you where. Okay, okay. Then don't follow your dreams. You know, don't listen to me. Does this? Yep, all the way at the top. Interesting. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, Ghostly, welcome, welcome. Here. Really, over there. So here, I guess you can go around and then, that's right. You get the clip here, which turns you in and keeps you super on the inside. Yeah, Okay, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, might want to cover that because that could be really good. But just back from work. How is map review? It's going really well so far. I'm enjoying all the maps that have come in. Once again, feeling a bit skill checked by Mason, but I do think this is really cool. So I would say the preliminary testing and watching the GPS, there are a couple spots I'm not entirely sure about. So the wet wheel turn, I guess I don't quite understand why it's there. So for the most of the map, you're in one solid gear, and then the getting wet wheels and turning here, it completely messes your gearbox up, and so you're like transitioning to different gears, which makes you transition different gears over here and possibly over here. So it's just kind of like everything, if you drive it well, is consistent in one gear, and then you get the wet wheels and the gearbox is just thrown out the window for like the next two turns. Let's see. Could your 4.5 star dirt map get track of the day if 3 out of 33 reviewers are below 4 stars and have 22 5 stars? Like, the overall rating is what matters more. So 4.5, it's within possibility, although it is questionable. You need about 4.5, 4.6 to even get a chance of getting looked at. So the ratings are super high right now for some reason. And I wish I had a more concrete answer, but legit at this point in time, getting track of the day, getting looked at for track of the day is just an RNG grind, and you just submit and just hope that your map pops up for Phoebe. Like, it's kind of just RNG. I wish I had a more concrete answer. But yeah, so the gearbox thing happening here, and there were also two turns. I think it was here and where was it? Was it here or something where you drop the gear for like a moment? So it's just a little weird how like the first half of the map is so consistent with the gears, then this is messed up, this is messed up, and this is messed up. Like with the in terms of just like the gears. So it kind of gives it kind of makes me think that like, oh, I must be doing something wrong when I'm not actually doing something wrong, if that makes sense. As long as it said review by Nadeo, there's a chance if they give actual feedback, it's more likely. I don't know. I guess it depends on what the feedback is. At least with Tona, we had a goal that felt like RNG to get it. Now it's just RNG. Yeah, it's honestly, that's a good way to put it, where the frustrations before is like, okay, you have a goal, but it's RNG whether or not you get there, and then now it's pure RNG. Like there's like apparently I think Phoebe said something where if your map gets like a 4.5, you're on page 9 or something of like the maps that she looks at, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's really crazy. But anyway, yeah, this is cool. I like this. I think, yeah, there might be some clips here. Obviously, possible reactor shenanigans. I don't know. But yeah, this is really cool. And I do really like this. I just wish maybe the gears were a bit more consistent, although I will say with a campaign, setting, you can get away with like the gear stuff, because it's more about helping like fast learn and stuff like that. Although honestly, if the totally not real campaign that this map may or may not be a part of wanted to shoot for a map to become track of the day, I think like this seems like it. I think this is one of your more track of the day friendly routes that you've built, and I think you could go for it if you wanted to. The colors on this map looks really cool. Yeah, I love the colors. or at least like the shade of gray, the combination with like the gray, the green, and the black. Like, yeah, I think you're doing well with this. This is a really cool map. I like this a lot. Sadly, vote quantity doesn't really affect it anymore. Yeah, I don't know, it's just RNG. I know you need 30 or more. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, even before people really started noticing it, like my maps only got reviewed when they had 30 or more votes. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. The map review system right now is, I actually think it's in a worse spot than it was back when I made my map review complaining about map review video. I actually think it's in a worse spot now. Yeah, 3 1-stars from autoqueue and your run is ruined. Yep. Although apparently 1-stars from autoqueue don't really count, but then why are the metrics that Nadeo is looking at different than the ones that are given to us? There's a whole thing with that. Anyway, this map was really cool. I really liked it, Mason. Like some gear things that don't feel the most satisfying to drive. Although to be fair, I am using the GPS as a reference for most of those gear issues because I wasn't getting anything clean. But yeah, I thought it was cool. Basically gave up on trying. Yeah, I don't know if I'm really going to go for I don't really know if I'm going to go much for track of the day, if at all, anymore. I just don't know if it's worth it. So very slow backwards map, although I am just failing the speed slides. Although given how things are set up, I think it's meant to be very slow. Ah. Oop. No, I almost had it. There we go. That'll be better. This thing is going to be so hard to cut proof. Slow backwards is very difficult to cut proof. I'll just use the wall there. Is it making maps that you like that no one will ever play? That's the spirit. Yeah, there's definitely some people who are better at manipulating boosters, I think, will be able to get around this super slow start. Granted, I'm messing up the start here. I think, yeah, it's supposed to go more like that, and then around using the outside of the grass turn, and get a bit of a speed slide there. Oh, okay, not quite what I had in mind. Yeah, but... Because I want to say, especially with, like, there's some way, right? Like, there has to be some way that it's possible to cut. Yeah. Slow backwards is incredibly hard to cut through, just because backwards is so slow and it's going to be outpaced by going forwards like incredibly quickly. And so like unless you have like the perfect it just like, even if going forwards presents itself with some challenges that you have to get past and get around, because going backwards is so slow, and the speed doesn't snowball like with backwards full speed or something, it's very like it's very easy to cut. But if you want to really prevent cuts, I would 100% ask some really good backwards players to take a look, seeing what they spot. I want to test something here. Because here we're going backwards. I kind of want to maintain full grip there. I think that's better, yeah, because if you maintain full grip there, you can whip around the corner a lot better. And then, yeah. Ah, darn it. I bounced. Bounced and lost grip. Although I will admit, I don't know how many slow backwards maps I've played, though. It's not a style that pops up very often. Yeah, no, too much wobble there. Are you mapping? This is map review, so I'm reviewing a backwards map right now. But I am also making a backwards map, yes, currently in my work in progress folder. It's faster going forwards with an easy reroute. What's the reroute that you're doing? I'm assuming you're turning around at the bobsled? This part. You probably want to go something more like that. Whatever, I'll continue. Okay, let me watch the GPS. What is intended for that bobsled part? Because I think the bobsled part is really the only part that I have like a flat out issue with. Really, sliding here, I think it's faster to not slide, because you can get such a tighter turn, because you aren't speed sliding anyway. Okay, yeah, so that's how you're supposed to do it, very much on that part. Is this built for anything? I should check the message on Discord. Okay, no, Salty did not say that this was built for anything. Is this by Salty, right? Yeah, this is Salty's map. How awfully slow this feels. Not that it's all, yeah, like, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it's not a bad map or anything, but it feels awfully slow. Like, yeah, sure. All right, Ducky, I want the perfect reroute right now. No mistakes. Yeah, but better and go. Yeah, yeah. Because if you get the bobsled part fast, because you almost made it through all of this, so yeah, you can make it through all of this, and then the last speed check is right there. But I think the idea is there that with slow backwards, it's so easy to cut, like going around here, turning around here, back onto here, and then going over the anti-booster is still faster than the normal backwards way. So without reroute, it's actually faster to go backwards for now, because obviously you can block that off with scenery. You can just enclose this, but there still could be something with, yeah. I don't know. It's just with the backwards is just so, well, slow backwards. Actually, regular backwards too is very notorious for, cutting and stuff like that. Yeah, 48.0 flat. Look at the time difference. Yeah, what is, where's the metal window? Oh, there's a 52.5 and a 48.0. Yeah. So obviously you can cut, or you can cover that up with scenery. But I think the point still stands where slow bobsled can just be so ridiculously easy to cut. That there's probably still something else, and once you make a backwards map, I would 100% recommend finding some people who are good at backwards and trying to and just have them like cut proof and have like test your map. Make sure to ask nicely, don't demand, ask nicely. Arnaud, hello. SB will do a backwards map, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But what do I think about the map itself? So the map's almost painfully slow. Honestly, I think it's a little too slow for backwards, where it's not really that satisfying to drive. I think it's a little too slow. I wish there were more opportunities to really snowball speed, because it seems like a lot of the speed that you can get is kind of like canceled out. Like if you maybe you get like a little bit of a speed slide heading into the grass here, but then it cancels out here, and then maybe you get a little bit of speed slide here, but it cancels out here, and like it just doesn't, it doesn't really feel like there's a lot that you can do. I don't know. It's like, I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with slow backwards. I think it's just a little too slow that, to me, it doesn't really feel super satisfying to drive. Although I can't really point out any one specific thing and be like, oh yeah, that's right. It could also just be me. Like I said, I'm just some guy. Granted, I do have a Twitch and YouTube channel, which means that I'm more correct than, other people, but even discredit no, like, I am just some guy. So yeah, it could just be that I don't like slow backwards, but I don't know. It's not really a style that I've encountered all that much, so I can't really say for certain. About a 44 is possible with cut. Oh yeah, I get that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again because I had soda, so yeah. Ducky, with all the work you've been putting in, this is now your stream for the next little bit, so have fun. I'll be right back, don't worry. You guys can watch Chair. You guys can watch Chair and Ducky. What more could you possibly want? Oh, I gotta click. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, this is the just like the map where I can take a little break and go to the bathroom if need be, because I realized after a little while doing like 3 straight hours of map review without a break map left me like not really having a great opportunity to go to the bathroom if I needed to, so I started putting this in. I mean, obviously it's perfect, like there's absolutely nothing to critique with this. It's perfect. I put it together. Carrot told a really funny joke while you were gone. Oh wow. I'll have to watch back the VOD and see what it is. Chair's funny. Chair's funny like that. I kind of want to move on to the next map, but Ducky's on a good run. Honestly, it's nice just relaxing and just, you know, letting someone else do all the work. I should do that more often. There is something I could check real quick. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, for those of you who've been following my whole saga of my homework assignment that did not like me, I emailed the professor, and of course he has an excuse as to why everything should have worked perfectly, and that everything that happened was my fault. I'm disappointed. Anyway. Wow, okay, I'm at Ducky. Nice. Getting the bug slide in one shot. Impressive. Very nice. Decided to make a map with a bunch of inversions, but it's not loops. You're just constantly switching between forwards and backwards. Wait, what do you mean? Because inversions is when you go upside down. So, how would inversions, but going constantly swapping forwards and backwards? I need a little more information. My curiosity has been piqued. Should call it polarization, have some ice? Maybe. Polarization for an ice map is not a bad name. That's a good name for an ice map. Has that been done? It's probably been done before, but that's a good one. You can send it in next week if you have a good name. Okay. Forwards and backwards with... Interesting. Oh wait, not name. We just played an ice map called Polarize. Okay. Yeah, I figured someone had done it before. But what about polarization? It's completely different, don't worry. Not really. I know. I don't want to interrupt it. I also go for the safe route on this one. Like the risky route saves a lot of time, but it's worth it to go for the risky route on the individual floor record. But when you're in the middle of a tower run, it's a little too risky. IMO. GMZip was a really fun project to work on. That being said, I am very happy I'm not putting together the second one. It was a lot of work. Although I did make a floor for the second one. It's bad that the time's gonna run out. Yeah, I don't know I don't know what the record is in terms of how far someone has made it in the 15-minute break. I think Dawn. I don't know how far Dawn has made it, although Dawn, I think, is only tried maybe once. Maybe twice. I'm not entirely sure, but Ducky might break the record here. You got like 20 plus seconds. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, this, yeah, this floor was the hardest. I think this, because I asked quite a few people to make their floors easier. This was the one that I asked the most repeatedly. This one and Plink's dirt wall ride floor were the two that I repeatedly asked to make easier and easier the most. I did make some manual edits, which looking back, I don't think I should have done, but I did. But yeah, this is a hard floor to get clean at the very least. Of course, Ducky's making it look easy. Couldn't quite one-shot it, but that's okay. We'll get it now. We'll get it now. Look at that, beautiful. I want to say Ghostly's floor, which is the next one after this. I want to say that's actually halfway up the tower. Is that the actual halfway point? I think I still have my old notepad here from when I made a list of all the floors and what direction that they wanted. Or what order I wanted them in. Is this the notebook I had them? No. I don't think this is it. Darn. Oh no, here's some gems. Oh yeah, look at that. Here it is. No, it's not halfway. It's about 1/3. Just over 1/3. I was about to say, it seemed a little soon for halfway up the tower, but Ducky's making really good time. Oh? I thought for sure that was going to be a fail. How did Ducky save that? Pure skill. He's too good. Nerf Ducky. Ups are too powerful. Dawn being the other floor that I had to ask to make easier a few times. I made some manual edits too. If I were to do this again, I would make far fewer manual edits, because I think that's kind of unfair to the mappers, and I don't think that I did a good job with that. But I still think the project overall turned out really well, and I think now that Jams is taking care of building the second one, I think Jams is doing a lot less manual edits, and I think that's a good change from what I did. Ooh, direct. Okay, that's a tough one to get. Yep, taking the booster, very nice. Very nice, Ducky. Impressive, very impressive. I was entertained. That run was a minute up on world record. Well, now you have to grind out world record, Ducky. I think you have you know what you're doing today. Let's turn off spectator. And let's drive this. Let's see here. Where am I going? This way. This is a lot of right turns. We're still going to the right. Okay, there we go. Now's the left turn. Okay. So this Scruffed Grass Tech work in progress by Fez. Wow. You made a map. Yes, it has been. I was just thinking that. I was wondering if I should say something. I was like, did I say something about the first Fez map in a while? By the way, the jump to the side on Ghostly's floor was intended. It looked intended. Like, the way you lined it up was a little too perfect for it to be, like, accidental. Risky Fin. Hold on, I almost got it. There we go. Risky Fin. Intended Risky Fin, or is that gonna get blocked? Yeah, no, did not make the Risky Fin. That's not the actual end, I just didn't feel inspired enough to build the rest of the route before this. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. Sometimes you just want to get feedback on how things are going so far. Darn it. Obvious cut. Is it around the spiral? The spiral seems like... Yeah, I just thought about that too. For the cut. Oh my god, stop. Just get out of the end. Get out of the end. What are you doing? Or get out of the beginning. Not the end. It's the beginning of the end. It's fine. Yay, guys, we can bully Fez. No. 28.9. Okay, that's not... I'm actually thinking... no, I was... Oh, okay, that's why the wall was here, because I was wondering if you could jump here. Well, you could... No, I was thinking there might be some way you could, like, go here and then jump here. But nah, it's just faster to go. Whoop. Like that. And try risky with cut. Go for it. Let's see. But let's talk about the route. It's about time I talk about the route. So I think it works for the most part. I'm not going to talk about the... Well, I'll talk about the cut a little bit later. You can't. Tragic. Fez, how dare you build a map? You can't take the unintended risky with the unintended cut. How could you do this? You'll get cut fixed, don't worry. Yeah, just adding a checkpoint over here, that would fix the cut. Although then you might run the risk of this way. Because then, although you would still need to get there. Maybe not. Yeah, I think the only real issue that I have with the route... I think the transitions... Well, I should watch GPS. I want to say the transitions work for the most part. I am a little worried about getting Gear 4 on the first grass, but I don't think you can do that. I think you're fine. If you can say it's not a cut, it's the new intended path. There you go. Guys, it's a pathfinding map. Yeah, okay. It's about what I expected. At least not without a really scuffed line. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I got it at first, but I think that's because I went way too high, and then once I drove the map more and I got more inside line, I wasn't really getting close anymore. All right. But with that... No. Yeah, I think this works for the most part, if we're not including the cut. Yeah, I think this works for the most part. Like, the transitions feel decent. This one feels surprisingly good. Like, this is surprisingly smooth. Like, this looks like it shouldn't work, but then it does. And I like that. I will say, I think this is too many right... I think this is too much right without going left at first. And I think it's bumpy, but it works. I don't know. Yeah. Like, that works. This one is fine. You get into there. Nope. Okay, not like that though. Yeah, like that works. You tried to fit a left turn in there for like an hour straight and you couldn't fit it cleanly. Yeah, so I think, well, I also don't think the right turn is very clean, because you do have to put in an engine off to prevent the Gear 5. So what I might, and also once you get to this point, like, you kind of have to, like, I'm not a huge fan of the brake tap you have to do here, or like the releaser brake tap you have to do around here, because it's not really a full drift, it's just a little micro, like, poop, just like touch. You might not have to do it on a super clean run. So I think this one is fine, but I think this is has some symptoms of it being a little too cramped. What I would consider doing is maybe once you come out of here, you could have you can then transition over here and maybe have like a jump up here, and have that be like the transition. Have like a jump here, jump up here, and then maybe you can take some of the ideas here where maybe you jump up into a grass turn over here into the platform this way. 'Cause I'm sorry, whenever I do see an engine off and it's not like a theme of the map or something, I assume it's there because of gear issues. And the more I map, the more I think engine off is kind of like a band-aid fix for something else. Although sometimes you just gotta use it. The issue is with the transition before that is if you try to left out of it, it isn't smooth. Okay, let me try that. Okay, super scuffed line. What on earth is that? Oh my, can I get out of the start? Why am I struggling? Yeah, you don't need the brake tap there. Okay, so that's nice. So here, you come out of here. Well, you could go this way instead. You could use the side of this to start. Oh, okay, didn't mean to fully restart there, but whatever. Nolfus, hello. Oh, welcome, Ace. The next update you are getting on your laptop is when it's repaired. You have Trackmania withdrawal and had a bad dream last night of your fixed laptop. Like you want to build a track already. Very nice. Well, hopefully, any timeline on when it gets fixed, or are they just like holding on to it, torturing you? Yeah, so I think you could go out of the left here. That's what I was trying earlier with a jump to the left. You could try to get smooth, but couldn't find anything. You could also change this block to get a different trajectory, but you could get over here. Maybe... What kind? I don't know, that's interesting. I kind of want to try out some stuff. Maybe like right after a map review, would you be against me going into the editor and like trying out some stuff? No, I think the transition before it's cool. I kind of want it to stay. Now go right ahead, you don't mind? Okay, cool. Oh, it's this one. This one with, like, the auto snow drifts. I thought this one was interesting, but if I remember last time, I didn't like the plastic wall ride sections because they introduced too much RNG, too much trickery. Oh, hydrate. Yes, of course, Mr. Pepsi. Of course. Keep seeing this map and keeps changing for the better. Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of my favorite things just to see like the evolution of maps throughout the whole review process, because it is really cool. Because with these, it's very easy to overslide on these, and yeah. Up here. Oh, that one is not really a slide. It's just kind of a slowdown. Okay. Yeah, I like the change to make that the gate. But you remove the walls in the corners. Dirty, welcome. Last update was 6 days ago. Ugh. New concept. Like to see if with different penalty blocks too. I don't know, because with the... I don't know if it would work too well with other penalty surfaces, because snow is the one that you really turn the most on. And then this one, it's very easy... Because with snow, it's very easy to overslide. And I think that's where the actual difficult part of the map comes in, is trying to angle these overslides. or trying to angle these slides where you don't overslide. Yeah, because I think snow is really the only one that you're going to get the super quick slides. I don't think it works too well with dirt and penalty grass. Darn it. Yeah, honestly, this is really cool. Ah, darn it, I always forget that that's there. Plastic walls are bait. I think they're mainly left over from, it was kind of a decision, like, the first iteration of this map, this was a this had plastic on it, so it was kind of a choice. Like, did you want to take the plastic wall ride, or did you want to more drift around the inside of the corners? But I recommended to remove the plastic wall ride parts because it just added a bit too much RNG. Because like there was one, someone said that they were able to skip a snow part by ramming into the plastic and getting airtime. And so like, and then that doesn't sound very fun to hunt, if I'm being honest. So it's just like RNG and stuff. So remember, this we continue up here like that. Okay, this is cool. What are people in chat saying? Let's see. Other than that, pretty cool concept. Oh, you found a cut. Expect it, not faster. It is because you can get it flat. I believe you need the momentum. Oh, it's similar if you bug slide landing. Wait, what are you talking about? Is Ducky still doing the cut? Where is the cuts? Oh, still in time for part of map review. Yes, just got home from D&D one shot. Oh, fun. What was that about? I need to refine my D&D one shot before I have the next meeting with friends for it. Oh, with the rock. Yeah, definitely. If there is a possible cut, yeah. If there is a possible cut, I don't care if you think it's slower. There are other people who have no life and are better at this game than you. Cover it. I have had too many cuts where it's just like, oh, it's fine, and then no, it's not fine. So yeah, no, 100% cover it. Oh, hey, this map. It is this map. Healing in General, basically a one-page TTRPG. Interesting. The idea that I'm doing with my friend, I need to refine my casino, my D&D casino one-shot. Darn it. Even if it is slower, people will look for more cuts if they find one that's slower. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But let's see. So, talking about the routes, yeah, obviously, any potential cut, cover it. You will regret it eventually. Even if it works out the first couple times, you will regret it eventually. But yeah, this looks really cool. I love these upside down parts here. That's fun. Especially like right here where you get close to it. That's a lot of fun. But let's see. I will say, this is Sky Eyes. This is your mobile account. Oh, well, welcome back. Welcome to your mobile account. And let's see. I think the only other thing I will say is I don't really like these plastic parts either, because I think it was this one on one of my runs, might be my PB run, I'm not sure. But I went on the outside and I was too fast for this, but then I was going to touch the wall, but then I realized it was plastic and that it was fine. So I just bounced off the plastic and I didn't lose any speed for it. Whereas you kind of want walls to be an obstacle. So like, I just don't like the fact that there are any plastic walls, because it's going to open up shenanigans, or like now, instead of avoiding the walls, the best drifts are going to be the ones that very lightly touch the walls. And it could create a lot more precision and make the map a lot harder than what you initially intended, because now the best line is just going to be a little touch where it's a lot more precise in terms of like what angle you're getting at. Are the rocks supposed to look like that, or is it some texture bug? I'm thinking these are the way they're supposed to look. Although it is a little weird. It's not, yeah, it is a weird custom item there. I think it's supposed to look like a mossy rock with snow on top. That's my guess. Oh, posture check, of course. Did you have a look at the thing you asked about? Just curious. Not yet. No, I got some projects right now. Hopefully I'll have it, though, sooner rather than later. Yes, hydrate, of course, of course. All right. Yeah, I really like the concept. I think the scenery looks pretty cool. Okay, small little game stutter, but I don't think it matters too much. I'll continue anyway. Yeah, see, like, I didn't lose that much time to hitting the wall there, even though I should have lost a lot more. Yeah, PB. PB with that pretty big mistake, although I had a bad end. Blink, yes, thank you, thank you. Keeping my eyes hydrated, that's good, that's good. You're playing Expedition 33 for Loibov, the near future? I'm happy for you. Don't know what that is. Or don't know what that word was supposed to be. But yeah. Yeah, I like this map. I really like the concept. I think a lot of that. Yeah, that makes sense. The only thing, the plastic walls, I think they're gonna give you trouble. I think it's going to enable some strategies that you didn't originally plan for, and grinding a top time or like the world record and stuff is gonna look a lot different than you intended, as long as those plastic walls are there. I would recommend getting rid of them, but obviously it's up to you whether or not you like that. But the main core of the track and like the gameplay and stuff, it's super fun. This is a really interesting track. I like it. No, I messed up the cleaner run. No. Boy, but I didn't know if it was like some rare drop or something, you know? Like you're everyone knows, you know, like you gotta grind for that Loib off, you know? How do you put the plastic like that? I'm assuming it's either custom item from the item exchange, or they went into the mesh modeler, customized the surface. Yeah, very cool. Very cool map. Very cool to see the evolution of it. I think they're doing a great job with it. Very fun. Minus 1.2 in Crash Wall. Yeah. Hey, that's your map? Oh, very nice. Oh, awful. How could this happen? How could you build this? I know, I got off the rhythm of the tech map. Ooh! Ah! If this is for track of the day, that is way too hard of a speed check for track of the day. Okay, interesting. Road items had plastic edges, not sure though. Oh, asking about the plastic edges on the roads themselves. For some reason, I was thinking that you were asking about the glass for some reason. Don't ask me why. It is an item exchange set. Darn it. My A speed check with speed to spare despite driving suboptimal for your usual driving. Yeah, so the reason why for track of the day, let me explain. So you have to think about that if you're going for track of the day, your map will be driven by, for cup of the day alone, about a couple thousand people. And if they're driving cup of the day, for 10 plus rounds. So at a minimum, your map is going to be driven 10,000 times. And in those 10,000 times, some people are bound to mess up this corner, and they will just continue. And so it turns the double respawn into something you can't pass. So you would, I would probably make the speed check easier, or at the very least put in a custom double respawn. Even if you aren't going for track of the day, I don't know if this is for track of the day. When you built it, the route was kind of weird, and some Discordians gave me really detailed feedback, so this map is a current version, hoping to improve it further. All right. AT too easy, you crashed like 3 times and got it. Yeah, well, we don't have to judge ATs by the work in progress. I don't think it's possible to keep Gear 4. Is there a GPS? Don't see GPS. Unless the pillars. Here's the GPS. Darn it. Three direction flips? Was that me, like, changing direction with thought process? Or, like, something else? No, with the map you're built. Okay, okay. I was about to say, like, I know I jump around a lot, but I didn't think I jumped around that much. Okay, okay, let's see. And then around here, yeah, that's right. It's just the dirt outside. And then... Oh, hydrate. I'll hydrate in just a moment. Is it possible to keep gear 4 during that turn? I don't think it is, or if it is, it's very, very difficult and precise. Alright. Let's talk about this. Oh, after I take a drink, of course, with Violet, welcome. Had a snow auto turn like the map before this, and you changed it to speed check, and I don't know why I did the speed check. That's fine. So, let's see. This is really interesting. To me, it kinda has the vibe that you're new to building tech, and you kind of just threw all the sub genres into it, and you're just like, you're just kind of like, let's see what sticks. Like, it feels like the idea of the map feels very scattered right now, like not very cohesive, and the reason being is that the first part you have like normal, like fairly normal, fairly standard gear 4 tech, left right drifts, all that good stuff, and then the second half of the map you introduce alternate surfaces, and I think in my opinion, especially if you're just starting out, it's best to kind of like stick with one or two different ideas. And so in this point, if you wanted to have mixed surfaces throughout the route, I would put a mixed surface in the first half of the route. Like, honestly, maybe this could be grass platform instead of regular platform, and then maybe instead of the speed check here, you could put some dirt in here, and then that way you have more of like the alternate surfaces, or kind of like that idea is woven throughout the map. But yeah, I agree. Some of these drifts though are a little awkward, and I think let's see, this one you can keep gear 4 in, but if you keep gear 4 like outside, inside, nice apex there, you end up here, and then this ends up being way too tight of a drift to keep gear 4 in. The version before this, you can get to gear 5 when passing through grass part. Okay. Yeah, I came very close. I think you still can. I think if you get this drift really... Oh, I'm covering it. This drift really well, then you can get gear 4 here. Also, not a huge fan of just the being smacked with that, because it makes this drift very hard to control, very hard to predict. And given that you're landing somewhere around here and turning around, you don't necessarily have the most amount of room to like set up and like prepare for it. Just observing coming out of the dirt wobbling especially gives almost no time to set up for next drift. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that drift a little later. But this, and also just the smack, like there is a, I think it's like untransitional tech or something where it's called, where you do set up drifts off of like smacking into platforms like this. But the fact that you only have one drift like that, like you kind of have this as well, but this isn't a drift. You're just driving onto it, and it's not like you aren't setting up for a drift. this is the only drift that gets set up by it. It kind of like feeds into the idea of like not the route not being super cohesive, like thematically. Yeah, I do think the pulls, but also, yeah, I guess you could. I know the length with this is pretty awkward because it's too long to come out of here and set up an auto drift, but it's also too short to come out of here and then properly set up for a drift to the right because you're moving like pretty quickly. So I think for this, I would not recommend an auto drift or a drift immediately heading out of dirt because obviously when you're in dirt, you have dirty tires. They take a second to wear off, but if you have a drift immediately heading out of dirt, people will complain because dirty tires do affect the brake physics. So that is something. That is something to consider. They don't affect it like a lot, so most players probably won't notice it, but the more experienced players will notice it and they will complain. And also the choke point, the way the drift is kind of set up, you have this as the apex, and so you want to come around. You can see the beautiful skids here. So you come around, hit the apex, and it's a little too tight. You didn't find a good transition there. Yeah, like it can be tough. So let's think about this. So if we're coming out of here, we have like a nice little S-bend, and then we have like a little hop, and we're on this side. You could have something where you start turning. So you head out of the dirt, you get rid of the poles, you head out of the dirt, and then you start turning, and then you initiate a drift later on. You got so much to learn. It's not that obvious. Like yeah, so it's not that obvious. Like I said, it's a subtle change. So it's not really one of those things that you learn on your own, but the more experienced players will get mad at that. And then I think the rest is fine. I don't know if you were here earlier for the first tech map, but I said that tech is very difficult. It is one of those map styles where you could spend weeks trying to perfectly calculate and something would still feel off. Like it's it's good, I think, to practice, and yeah, if you can get good at tech drifts and stuff like that, it is a skill it's an invaluable skill that you bring on into like plenty of other maps. I think you're doing a pretty good job here. It's about hammering out those details, making sure everything is smooth, which unfortunately that is the hard part of tech, but hopefully you got some good feedback, got a good place to take the direction. I think you're doing mostly well. It's just, got to get those details in, and then maybe tying the map more thematically together, if that makes sense. Great map, just last strip needs to be a block or two longer. Oh, Ikoko, were you able to keep gear 4 in the beginning, if you remember that? Because I was struggling with that. Oh wow, the scenery on this. This is some good scenery. Yeah, you were able. Okay, because I was not able to, but yeah. Could be a skill issue. You can't play tech, but you find it fun. Like mapping, if you can figure out how to map tech, then it like playing tech becomes a lot easier. So Nyx, yeah, so this looks really cool. Where was it? I saw it in the beginning. Don't hide it. Don't hide. There it is. Not entirely sure what's going on there. But yeah. Oh, I recognize this. This was sent in a little while ago. Couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe. Yeah, this looks really good. Oh, okay, that's... Ooh, darn it. Yeah, I knew I was riding that edge a little close. Yeah, this map looks so different, but it looks good. Didn't recognize the map until the penalty part, so scenery looks very good. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Okay, yeah, a little wide on that one, but I kept the gear, so, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. This, you definitely want to take on the inside. I did not set up properly for it. Don't clip the inner edge. That is not what you want to do. Okay, this is cool. You saw it as well, mine's unplayable, honestly. Just that floating island there completely breaks my immersion. Darn it. Thanks for the awesome feedback and playing your map. You'll improve it. You stayed awake for your map to get reviewed. Good night, everyone. Okay, well, yeah, go to bed. Go to bed. Yeah, thanks for submitting it. I had a good time with it. It was fun. And I'm glad you you like the feedback. That's always good to hear. No, darn it. I keep falling into the trap. Don't do that. Like, the wide platforms make me want to say that the map's, like, really easy, but I think you've done a good job of placing edges and stuff, like, right along the racing lines to still keep... Like, the map feels wide open and friendly, but the edges keep me on my toes. I think that's a nice balance. Darn it. Yeah, there you go. Very inside line. Yep. 44.5, that's pretty good. 44.5 no respawn. Can I actually get it, though? Debatable. Darn it, I keep doing that. You missed the start of your map? Oh yeah, no, you didn't miss anything. There's one thing though. It looks great. We're having fun playing it. The map is unplayable. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the map might be a little unplayable. I'm so sorry. Oh, I messed up the first speed slide to get the gear up early. No. Can you ask a question? You just did. Oh, okay, messed that up. Are you... Or, okay, no. Yeah, I actually Googled that the other day. Isn't that a metal band? Like, what was it? Some Scandinavian metal bands? Are you talking about, like, the lead singer? Because the lead singer for the metal band is bald, so I didn't know if that's what you were talking about. Decent run, decent run. Small release there, just to reduce the... Oh my god, I threw it away. Like, it's salvageable, but darn it. Ooh, you can get gear 5 right here. If you're fast, you can get gear 5. You don't want that. Interesting. I cannot, actually. I do not know how. I do not know how to do the vocal fry metal scream. Move them later. Okay, okay. So, two things. The only two... Well, I guess I should watch GPS. And I don't know if you can tell by my thick accent, but I'm pretty American. Nice low transition there. Yeah, it is possible to get gear 5 in the end, although that being said, I did mess up the ending line, so that could have been a consequence of that. Oh, blink. Thank you, thank you. Keeping my eyes hydrated, that's wonderful. That's fair, Nix. That's very fair. So two things I was gonna say. I would like a light pole reaching up here, because as you're coming across, it can be a little difficult to judge exactly where the clip happens, and being able to go up this hill and then seeing a light pole here would be fairly helpful. And then if you had to make a complaint, the jump in the middle gives a bit too much airtime and requires quite a big release. Yeah, this, I think I said that, I think I also said that, when it was just the route in here. I think there's a very small line where you don't have to release and you get quite, small airtime. It is hard to get, though. Let's pop my back real quick. There you go. But, yeah, it is very narrow. This, it is very easy to get a lot of airtime with that. And then the gear 5, possible at the end. I would experiment with that a little bit more. But honestly, outside of that, I don't think I have that many complaints. This looks like I mean, the map looks really good. It drives well. Ah, there we go. There's the line. Yeah, that line saves so much time. And then I got gear... Okay, yeah, so gear 5 at the end, definitely possible. But yeah, got that good line. You do have to risk quite a bit for it, so it's up to you whether or not it's worth it. If you want to keep it, you know, that's fine. It's just people might say something about that line being, like, pretty difficult to get and whatnot, but, you know, up to you. Almost gear 5 there. I think if I held my speed slide for just a moment longer... I don't know. I got it twice in a row, so it might be fairly consistent. Now I'm getting gear 5 in the end every time. No. So 44.3, that's pretty fast. Yeah, this is a fun map. I think, yeah, I like this. This is very fun. You are a moth who crashed into the flags when you're -2. Yep. Mr. Streamer, I regret to inform you that it is not Wednesday, so this is the incorrect day for map review. You must now end stream. No, I had an announcement about it. I sent an announcement, so legally speaking, I cannot be held liable for any confusion, lost sleep, or emotional stress that the schedule change has caused. I am in the clear. I had it checked with my lawyer, Fez, as you can see, vouching for me. So it's all good. Oh my! It was such a simple jump, and I failed it. Oh, Scale Rider, welcome. Oh, no, that's not. It's a sharper turn than I initially thought. Oh, you go here. Okay. I got this. I do got this. Yes. Did your announcement include APA citations? 100%. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, I like the transitions, nice and smooth. I got, I don't know, this one, it's a little weird. Is this supposed to be reactor up or reactor down? Because reactor up is quite floaty. I still got this. I don't got this. Imagine planning to watch a stream 50 years in the future. Reminds me of the Cyberpunk announcement the other day of it being in pre-production. Like, that means it's probably 10 years out, guys. Why tell me? Yeah, it's a... Like, guys, don't worry. We have a concept of what we might want to work on. Has been on display in your local planning department on altitude for 50 of your Earth years. Yes, exactly. What's the term of, like, you committed a crime, but it happened so long ago you can't be held liable for it? Although no, these are reactor up, so these might be okay. Iron sausage. You wanted reactor sausage plastic for small zoops. I think I think that only happens if you're pressing gas. So the engine off, I think, counteracts the zoops. Does it do that? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, no, all the reactors are up. So yeah, this is definitely supposed to be reactor up. It's so hard though. I think that plastic sausage I'm not a fan of. Not really that gains an advantage. Yeah, I mean, the edge clip is just something that plastic maps do struggle with, especially ones that use the plastic road ones. And concepts of a plan, exactly. Statute of limitations, yes, that has passed. Thank you, Lawyer Fez. Oh god. Whew. Got it. Is sausage to dirt after checkpoint 5 full speedable? Okay, let me see if I get what you're talking about. After checkpoint 5. Here's 4, so the next... I don't think this is full speedable. I think it's supposed to be a drift. I'm doing it as a drift. Ooh, wait a second. A release might be better. I think a release is better. I don't think it's a drift. I think it's a release. It drained from having so much fun during that one shot earlier today, and your sleep schedule being effed up at the moment, so you think you'll stick to watching the rest of the stream? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just a little drained, you know, a little worn out, especially if it's like a large social situation. I get that. Let's talk about this. So I think this is working, definitely, for the most part. Oh, you meant 6. Wait, why can I not read? Sausage to dirt. Oh, why was I doing dirt to sausage? Sausage to dirt? What? 5, this one. Oh, dirt to sausage? This is full speedable, yeah. I do this full speed. I think. Now I'm not sure. I'm going to say I do it full speed, but now I'm not sure. Mr. Streamer, you have an idea for your next map competition. Enforce 50% of the driving terrain be the opposite surface to its original, like bobsled with road texture or road with grass instead. That could be interesting. I'll have to give it some thought. But let's see. For now, though, talking about this, I'd say this is the only part of the map I don't really like. Because I think it's just too tight. Like, it's... Yeah, I think it's a little too tight and a little too easy to just fly off the edge, given that engine off, reactor up, plastic sausage isn't exactly something that a lot of people have experience with. The rest is this track of the day hopeful? Because if it is, I would probably change. No, just a route. Okay. Yeah, I think this, because it's tighter, it's different than everything else in the route, and it doesn't feel great to drive. It's just like, oh, well, I had to slow down. Meh. Like, it's very easy to fly off. It's not the most satisfying. I'd say it's the least satisfying part of the map. But I guess like you can do it clean, so it's not like egregious or anything like that. And then this, I need some more practice with this. Like if this was for track of the day, I would say that this isn't great, but since it's just a route and you're like supposed to hunt it and stuff, I'd say this could work. I would maybe give one more space of like a flat quarter pipe piece. I'd say one more space of a flat quarter pipe piece, and then this part right here. I don't even think you need to move this out because this looks like a flat dirt. If I would just bump this current piece right here and then give one more flat like quarter pipe piece right here, then that way people can come down here, ride this for a little bit, and then come down. It'll give them a little bit more control, because right now I think it's very easy to like exit up here and just kind of wobble your way to maybe something right there. Gonna have to watch for mobile for your map. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. For the console people, you could put in a rule that you can submit alt material to objects you're not supposed to drive on anyway, like scenery pieces. Maybe, although like I don't know, that concept should work as long as you pick like vanilla like materials and stuff like that. Console should be able to do it. How's the risky? Not a big fan of the risky, just because it's very, very precise, although I don't like riskies in general. So do consider that as well. I do like the fact that there is a catch here that does help. Like I think it's fine. It's definitely a risky. It's serviceable, but I myself am not a huge fan of riskies, so that will color my opinion. Oh, Ducky, thank you for the follow as well. Mobile account is different. Oh, there's an underscore. It's so different. How dare I not notice at first? I'm so sorry. Yeah, I like this though. This is fun. It's just this a little too tight for me. Maybe extend this quarter pipe out a little bit to help with the smoother transition, and yeah, I think the rest is fine. Pretty fun. Engine off, reactor up. Not typically something that you see, so it's fun. It's fun to try out. Mm-hmm. Redeeming hydrate, yes. Gotta stay hydrated. You guys are gonna make me go to the bathroom so much today. But I'm staying hydrated, so I can't complain that much. Yeah, fun map. I liked it. Just a couple things, but it's not like a big deal or anything. 53.8 is kind of crazy. Yeah. Ikoko might be a little fast. It's your new author time, Longwin. You got to shoot for it. And all right, I think this is the last one. Is Ducky? I think this is the one that you sent in. So I want to say this is the last map. Oh, this looks fun. It's Snowcar. I like Snowcar. Oh, nice wall ride. Snowcar and I are friends. Will that continue, or will this map turn Snowcar into my enemy? Let's find out. Up some grass. So you don't want to slide on the grass. You want to try to move as smoothly as possible. Oh, I touched the wall. Oh, little Snowcar loop. I love that internal cam. It's so dumb. Oh, and there's the finish. Very nice, very nice. Oh, hey, this map. It is this map. Oh my god, Ollie just hopped down and unleashed a torrent of cat hair. What on earth, cat? Okay. Make a whole new Ollie. Oh my, can I drive? Ugh, I wish I knew how to drive. Were those castle tech pieces from the WTMT castle set? I mean, they look to be, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh my god, stop bonking! Ugh, I bonked. How could I? Oh, I messed this one up. You can't win on keyboard. This one actually doesn't seem too keyboard unfriendly. It's mostly, I was supposed to continue. Like, the grass wall rides are the only part that I would say are not keyboard friendly, but it doesn't seem like keyboard would hate this. Like, it's not a super difficult snow car map, it's quite easy. Technically I'm slower, but I touched, so yep, I'm not slower actually. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm not slower. Oh my god, I did not take that turn tight enough. Stay on the wall. There we go. There we go. A 52.3, or sorry, a 52.5 is kind of insane. I don't understand how that's possible. Okay, I'm not that bad. Oh, can you rate your flag design? There's one at the first corner. Oh, okay. Very nice. Very, yeah, I like it. I like the extra, little extra detail. All the time driven on keyboard, 53.002. Very nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to... That's where my PB can improve. A nice little wall right there. Into that. Alright. Can do better, right? This is lovely, though. I really like the scenery, too. Scenery looks great. It's like a calming, futuristic garden kind of vibe, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. That was really bad. Oh my god. Jams on scenery as per usual. Oh, I read Dawn before, but I didn't read Chrysalis. Yeah, she's got a very nice scene. I was about to say it looks a lot like Jams's scenery. I guess that would be why. Oh, that was really close to the wall. What on earth was that? Oh, hang on. Dawn did intro? Okay. I don't know if I've watched the intro. I just want to get a better time. The better time is right there. If I could stop throwing it away. Come on, why did I touch the wall? Wall rides are actually water blocks? Yeah, ghost blocked into the ground. Yeah, because they're the river blocks. Yeah, so talking about the route itself, I think it's very cool. It's a very friendly snow car map, which I think it is very nice. And they're looking at the leaderboard, there's quite a lot of time to gain over other people. I do have one general critique though, and I don't yeah, and that is that there's not really much time to gain on like the road parts. There's not really time to gain, there's really only time to lose in terms of like hitting a wall and stuff. Like technically you can gain you know, by going to the walls closer and stuff like that. But the real time gain or loss is going to come in to how little you slide on the grass coming through here. And the parts on the road don't necessarily matter too much. You just don't want to crash, if that makes sense. The aim is to snowball speed through the map. Yeah, I'm not saying that like it's a bad... I'm more saying of it as like it's a, I don't know, I can't think of a different word right now. It's like a weakness of the map you've decided to make, of like the map style itself, not the map. That makes it, is what I'm saying making sense at all? I keep pushing there. Yes. Okay, cool. So, I think you normally want to go outside to outside on loops. I want to try that here. Okay, well there's gold, 56.3, although I touched. That is with a wall touch. Well, that's a little more than a touch. It's a wall ram, a wall tackle. Yeah, I heard the tire skid on that. I don't know how I survived that beginning, but I did. It was a bad beginning. I'm just driving on these roads, and yeah, I get a little, you get a little like, ooh, what if I touch the wall? I just get the urge, you know, what if I just touch the wall? Wouldn't that be fun? And then I regret it every single time, but every single time I'm like, ooh, touching the wall does sound fun right now. Love that for me. touched the wall. I wasn't... Oh, I didn't want to touch the wall, but I did. I can't help it. What happens if I go from outside to outside? Do I get more speed? I do get more speed. Okay, so you want to go outside to outside, most likely. Okay, okay. Oh, hydrate. Well, in just a moment. I don't think there's anything negative about the map. Ollie loves it. It was the chosen map that brought Ollie to us. I think it's perfect. Ollie thinks it's perfect. Didn't even notice the signs. The route is clear enough on its own. Yeah. Hydrate. There we go. Cat approved. Yes. Cat. Yeah. This is. Yeah. It's a fun map. Very friendly. Scenery looks great. I'm sorry, Don. I'm sure the intro was amazing. Yes. Oh, just a little pause. All right. But this means that we are back at the beginning. We are back at the lobby map, which means the map review is over. It's the one with 4.2 after 73. It deserves more than 4.2. But I mean, track of the day, I think now, literally now more than ever, is an RNG grind. So I wish you luck. Now there's a little something I want to do. And that's crime. No. It was actually, no, I need to go back. I need to get Fez. I'll download Fez's map real quick. Unless, now that I think about it, I don't think Fez would probably just post it in the Discord, given that he mostly just puts it in anyway. Okay, there's a couple things I can jump to it immediately. It's not submissions, you'll send it. Okay, okay. Oh, you made a new club that has them? Okay, okay. Post it. Perfect. Yoink my map. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then I'm gonna call it. I'm hungry. I want lunch. And I've been streaming for a little while. There it is. Yeah, you can say the club name. No problem. So it was this exit here. Let me get a run that marks the checkpoints. Oh, Tacnian. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. Not the best run ever, but yeah, it's some. At least it's something for the checkpoints. Yeah, so that's something here. Where do you come out here? Okay, I think I'm starting to get it a little more. So I think the main issue that's coming into play right now is actually this little gap right here. Is you're coming through here and you're like, you're going through and you want to turn this way, but you get airtime right here and then you like skid and then there's not really room to move left this way. So I'm wondering, what if instead of that, what if we use platform that you are using white here? What happens? Is there enough time to like have the car come up this way like that? Let's find out. Well, that was just a bad transition. Almost. Not really. However, there's 100% this would work. And then you could have something like this. That would 100% work. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's smooth, but now because I do think we need to move to the left. Ooh, yeah, that feels good. We want to move to the left, and we want to kind of avoid that. What? I don't. Okay, I'm spitballing here. How does that work? Can we make that? Is that good? Does this transition spark joy? You know, not every idea is perfect, you know. Well, we don't need this anymore. I mean, we could have a smooth transition up here into probably just something like this. Ooh, okay, that might not be the best or good, because it would probably... I mean, I had one good idea so far. That counts for something, right? Okay, what could we do? What could we do? And then transition to something that goes like that way. As we come over here into this. Darn it. Some kind of drop into a slanted grass turn could probably work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What if... What am I thinking of? Why am I not getting what I want? I always get what I want. Alright. I mean, could turn into something like that. Oh, okay, not like that. That happens a little too soon. Yeah, but then we start getting into that. Well, I mean, I guess that still works. There we go. We gotta match the aesthetic. Yeah, but at the same time, we're gonna get Gear 5. So I mean that's where I'm thinking like a jump or something. Like I think it's a better starting off point for something new. You got to find out what that something new is, you know? So that one... What about like this? There's a little jump. Ooh, okay, maybe. Okay, if I did it correctly. Oh, it's so close. It's such a tight... but then you get the little... Oh, it's so close. Come on. Is that even better? Okay, well, not like that. Oh, I mean, this has potential. Because you want to go uphill. And you don't really bounce off. It's not such a steep... Or it's not such a rapid transition. This... I don't know, like, the double respawn, or how tricky it is to get initially. I mean, you could probably just add, like, another one right there. And then coming off of this... You could turn this, because do you have a drift? You don't really have a drift. I don't know if I would add one here. But you definitely want something. Something to slow the players back down. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Or what I'm trying. I'm trying to think of something that goes over here that continues the transition this way, although having a platform up here would be too high. So maybe something with black platform with like an auto slide, but that could be pretty blind to get. That would be tough. Sausage could work, or maybe even... Yeah, sausage might work. I'm just worried about like how narrow the line would be, but I mean, you can always try. What's the worst thing that could happen, right? It's just, it'd be... I don't think it's the best transition because of how difficult it is to see, like, over this edge. It makes it very blind. But I think it does open up. If we have it one more... And then just like a quick loop, and then something. Because a grass turn right here would be a great way to slow the player down. Because they're knocking on the door of Gear 5. We don't want that. Oh, oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on, getting somewhere. Yeah, you gotta be careful of that. Probably, what happened if I did that? Okay, maybe not that. We leave maybe something like that, a bit more friendly, and then here we can have it super, one of my favorite little simple transitions. I do this everywhere, so maybe no. Someone showed me that transition, super easy, super simple. It's great. And then there you go. Use a custom block for cleaner transition to the grasses when used earlier for the same thing. Okay, yeah. That's something. Hey, we finally figured something out. Okay. I mean, it'd be pretty simple to build this yourself. I don't know if you want the file back. I could save it real quick and send it back, or you could just build it yourself. I don't know. It's not that complex. I don't know, how bad is it? I wanted to make that path wider because of how blind it is, but it could be, you could just put that back. So you want to use it, and you could just use like scenery or something to guide the player where you want to go. Oh wait, that's actually really smooth. Okay, that's, and then now you're back at a comfortable 4th gear. You can change the grass turn too, if you want it, if you want the speed to be even lower than that. But yeah, grass turn's great way to reduce speed. Wouldn't mind if you sent it. You might forget, and you'll probably credit you co-author. Oh, you don't have to credit co-author for this.